Be cautious. A person you love deeply isn't the safe choice for you anymore. There. My expensive child, in case you agree with angels, start this video and watch it completely. Angel says be cautious. A person you love deeply isn't always the safe choice for you anymore. You've got depended on too much, and that blind agree with is now being used as a weapon towards you. There is something they haven't told you, and it is greater extreme than you watched. Remaining weak, they examined fine for something they were supposed to inform you about. But in place of coming forward, they chose silence. They chose secrets. They selected the route that ends in extra hurt. And now, I have to step in due to the fact I like you, and I can help you stroll into chance unaware. Your prayers were heard. Even whilst you whispered in worry, uncertain of whether or not I used to be listening, I used to be already working backstage. That night while you cried quietly into your pillow, questioning if anybody surely cared to your soul, I was beside you. I saw your tears. I counted them. I knew that what you suspected in your heart became actual. That something wasn't proper. That their eyes held worry in place of love. That their distance was not unintended. That their excuses had been rehearsed. You felt the shift, failed to you. That trembling for your spirit. That become me. That changed into the Holy Spirit whispering, look deeper. And you probably did. And now right here you're, standing on the threshold of a fact this is approximately to shake your whole expertise of who they may be. There is something you ought to know today. Time is not your luxurious. Your heart has been stretched and torn enough. It truly is why this message is coming now, no longer tomorrow, now not later, however right now. Due to the fact divine timing is by no means late and proper now, this caution is your guard. This message is your lifeboat in a typhoon you did not even recognize had already all started. They were smiling at the same time as they concealed it. They were holding your hand even as they were making selections that put your life in risk. This isn't always only a betrayal of love. This is a betrayal of your future. You are on foot a divine path, and not absolutely everyone can stroll with you. No longer each person need to be allowed get right of entry to for your heart. You're sacred. Your life isn't a playground for the careless. They have been intended to guard you, however now I should guard you from them. Do no longer be afraid to let go. I know it's difficult. I recognize your coronary heart is gentle and dependable. However, when a person chooses silence over your safety, you have to pick truth over loyalty. Love isn't always supposed to lie to. It is no longer intended to hazard. It is meant to guard and nourish your spirit. You asked me for signs, and that is your sign. That is the moment I am setting divine spotlight on what has been hidden. Do no longer appearance away. Do not provide an explanation for it away. Do not persuade yourself that it's love whilst it is now not secure. That take a look at they took remaining weak. It changed into the moment they have been supposed to come easy. However, they didn't. They hid it. They said nothing. They will let you come near once more. They can help you contact what changed into already infected. Not simply physically. Spiritually. Emotionally. They knew their moves ought to hurt you, and that they allowed it. And now, my child, you ought to apprehend, this is not pretty much health. It's approximately your future. Your peace. Your divine undertaking. Archangel Michael has been dispatched to defend you. You aren't by myself. Proper now, angels are surrounding your own home. They're protecting your thoughts. They are making sure you wake up to what your spirit already knows. You're being freed. Sure, although it looks like heartbreak, that is simply divine rescue. You have been clinging to ability whilst I have been trying to show you styles. You've been holding on to who they was while I've been showing you who they have got come to be. I'm not trying to harm you. I'm trying to save you. From what you can't see. From what they are hiding. From the chain response as a way to start if you hold ignoring this. There are conversations you had been not meant to pay attention, however I heard them. There have been messages you did not see, but I noticed them. And now, I am giving you religious eyes to look the reality. Their silence is not noble. It's manipulative. Their subject is not for you. It is for what they may lose if the truth comes out. You deserve more. You deserve honesty. Transparency. Partnership rooted in trust. Now not this fear. No longer this guessing sport. No longer this hazard. You've got spent too long apologizing for their forget. For his or her silence. For his or her loss of dedication. However, now not anymore. Because heaven is talking. And heaven is announcing, shield your future. You have been selected for something extra. And this distraction, this hidden sickness, this cowl-up, it is not from me. I would never lead you right into a storm without providing you with a manner out. And this message is your manner out. You're sturdy enough to stroll away. You're clever sufficient to select protection. And you're loved enough through me to deserve better than secrets and techniques. In case you'd like to donate or show your appreciation, you may supply a great thank you as much as $100. That is your second of clarity. That is your second to step far from what's slowly destroying your pleasure. Yes, it will hurt. However, this pain will skip. And what is coming after will be peace like you've got never regarded. Agree with me, my infant. Trust that this exposure isn't punishment. It's safety. Agree with that your angels are fighting even now. That your path is being cleared. Right now, I want you to prevent messaging them. Forestall checking their updates. Prevent explaining your worth to someone who dangers your lifestyles and your light so carelessly. They made their preference. Now you need to make yours. Choose fact. Select recuperation. Choose me. Quickly, You may see why it all needed to occur this manner. You'll see how I was with you the entire time. And you will be thankful for the tears that led to freedom. You will look back and say, "Thank you, God, for showing me earlier than it became too past due." You are in no way by myself. Not for a second. I'm here. I am with you. And I'm able to carry you through this. Hold on, foot. Keep trusting. Maintain your eyes open. Your rescue is now. Extra is being discovered. Don't shut your heart to this message. This isn't paranoia. This is prophecy. Open your eyes. Open your spirit. The hurricane they invited into your existence stops now. Due to the fact I, the Lord your God, have spoken. And my voice does now not lie. Now take a breath. Feel the truth settle in. You are turning factor. And while you experience susceptible, name on me. Say, "God, help me walk away." And I'm able to make stronger your legs. I can regulate your coronary heart. I'm able to come up with divine peace. Because you're my toddler. And no weapon fashioned towards you shall prosper, inclusive of the ones hidden in the back of false love. You'll be K. Better than K. You'll be loose. You are going to be safe. Due to the fact now you understand. This changed into your warning. And your deliverance. Now stroll in it. Be cautious. The voice of heaven is not silent right now, and the message is pressing. This isn't always just another second passing via. This is divine intervention knocking at your spirit. Someone you adore deeply isn't who they have claimed to be. They may be hiding something, and God has seen all of it. Last week, something shifted. Something became uncovered in the spiritual realm, and heaven could not stay silent. That man or woman examined high quality, not handiest in the bodily realm, but in the realm of energy, purpose, and hidden reasons. What they create now isn't always secure for you. Now not physically, no longer emotionally, and most actually not spiritually. They're cloaking their fact in silence, carrying smiles while wearing deception, appearing heat at the same time as harboring what can harm you. Do not forget about this. Your coronary heart may need to protect them, but your soul is being called to shield you. You have been by no means intended to hold the weight of a person else's secrets. You have been in no way meant to stroll blind right into a scenario that would spoil your peace, your health, your divine destiny. Heaven is sounding the alarm now. The angels have visibled the text they failed to send, the decision they didn't take, the truth they buried under performance. You aren't loopy for sensing something. That feeling for your chest, that now knot on your stomach, that unexpected soreness when you're close to them, it's not anxiety. It is discernment. It is the Spirit of God alerting you. You're divinely protected, and this message isn't always dispatched to make you panic. It's far dispatched to evoke you, to sharpen your senses, to cowle you with divine warning and love, due to the fact God sees what you do not. God hears what becomes stated at the back of closed doors. God is aware of what the medical doctors stated to them while you were not round, and God knows their preference to preserve that hidden from you changed into now not to defend you, however to guard themselves. That is not love. That is not honor. That isn't always the alignment you deserve. You could want to forgive them fast, to brush it underneath the rug, to fake this isn't happening, but heaven says, pause. Don't rush this moment. Sit down with it. Permit the reality come fully into your spirit. Due to the fact if you ignore this divine warning now, the outcome will echo into locations you cannot yet consider. That contamination, whether bodily or non-secular, can become a series in your future if you do now not respond in obedience. This character still claims to love you. They might even believe they do, but love without honesty isn't love. Love without protection is not love. And whilst a person chooses to cover something that could place your destiny at threat, that is not love, it is betrayal. You have been loyal. You have been kind. You have been patient. And heaven noticed all of that. Your goodness isn't wasted. Your love is not neglected. However now, your coronary heart have to rise up and shield itself. Because what you are defensive may additionally now not be secure. What you're keeping near can be maintaining a mystery that could damage your calling. Baby, step returned. Allow me reveal extra. Let me take care of what you are too afraid to confront. You aren't by myself. You may now not walk through this typhoon without me. However, you must walk through it. You should confront what is being blanketed. You ought to communicate the fact even if your voice trembles. You need to permit yourself to accept as true with that someone you like might not be walking in reality anymore. That could be a painful recognition. However, I, your God, will heal what it breaks. I will rebuild what honesty seems to shatter. This isn't always the end of your story. That is a divine redirection. A moment of awakening so effective that while you appear in slower back, you will say, "That message saved me. That message gave me the courage to ask questions I was too scared to invite. That message uncovered what became dispatched to trap me." Heaven does now not disclose without cause. Heaven does no longer whisper warnings without purpose. You have been hand-picked for divine destiny. And what is coming subsequent is so holy, so pure, so heaven-ordained that nothing poisonous can enter into it. You're safe. You are protected. Not anything will go incorrect while you stroll in obedience. But if you preserve to stroll blindly into someone else's storm, you could discover yourself drowning in waves they were presupposed to come. That is your moment to pick you. To pick out the course of reality, although it hurts. Despite the fact that it ends something you once idea could last forever. Because what is rooted in deception cannot be the muse of your legacy. Archangel Michael is status beside you currently. His sword is drawn, not to damage, however to separate. To cut away what not serves your future. He sees the spiritual contamination that person is hiding. He sees how their energy has shifted, how their guilt is sporting them down, how their worry of dropping you is making them risky on your future. No longer each hazard comes with horns and darkness. Some come with smiles and acquainted hands. However, that is why God speaks now. To warn. To deliver. To elevate you out of damages attain. You can feel burdened. You can even experience numb. It is K. This moment is big. Larger than you imagined. You've got carried a lot love for them. You've got prayed for them. And heaven saw that. Heaven honors that. However, God by no means requested you to hold a person's hidden sickness as your own. Whether it is a bodily condition, a lie, an addiction, a betrayal, they're hiding what they have to have confessed. And that silence is in which the threat lives. Allow God display you what to do. Don't act out of panic. Do not confront in anger. Don't spiral into worry. Just pray. Pray like your life relies upon it, because your peace sincerely does. Ask for clarity. Ask for boldness. Ask for divine affirmation. And then open your eyes. God will make it undeniable. He's going to make it plain. He'll deliver proof. He will stir conversations. He will reason something to slip out. Because what's hidden in darkness should be brought to mild whilst heaven speaks. You aren't loopy. You aren't dramatic. You are not paranoid. You're discerning. You're sensitive to the non-secular. You are awake. That is a gift. That may be a protection. Don't allow absolutely everyone gaslight your instinct. Do not let every person silence your spirit. This message came to you not through accident, however, by using divine design. Heaven has been looking you stroll into a room complete of spiritual smoke. And earlier than it may emerge as fire, God has dispatched the alarm. You are being given a way out. A way forward. A way to defend your body, your mind, your soul, and your calling. You aren't being left to bet. You are being given fact. And that reality might also harm for a second, but it'll heal you for an entire life. You will appear in slower back and be so grateful that God loved you sufficient to break your peace before it became completely harmed. You may look back and say, I was saved earlier than I even knew what became attacking me. Now breathe. Take this second in. This is not your ending. This isn't always your breakdown. That is your leap forward. You are being pulled from hazard earlier than it manifests fully. You're being called into divine safe haven, into readability, into reality. There is nothing greater powerful than knowing what heaven knows. And proper now, heaven is letting you in. Permit move of denial. Let move of the fairy tale. Allow go of the model of this relationship you want it so badly to be real. Allow cross of the guilt that tells you you're being merciless for thinking someone. Truth isn't cruelty. Fact is holy. Reality is protecting. Fact is the language of God. And the fact is that this someone you adore isn't secure for your future anymore. They had been once aligned. But now, they may be hiding something so critical that God had to step in. You can still love them. That love isn't always wrong. However, loving a person have to by no means suggest ignoring God's voice. Let God be louder than your attachment. Let heaven's warning be heavier than your loyalty. You are not betraying them with the aid of stepping back. You are honoring your soul. You are obeying heaven. And you're saving your future. This moment is holy. It is protected in angelic presence. Michael is with you. The Spirit of God is wrapping around you like a protect. You are not walking through this hurricane alone. You are not being asked to determine all of it out in a single night. Simply take step 1, accept as true with the warning. Consider the message. Start to ask questions. Begin to prepare your heart. Due to the fact what you discover subsequent will validate the whole lot your spirit has been whispering. Heaven's love for you is greater than any human bond. You aren't deserted. You are blanketed. You aren't cursed. You are included. Nothing will pass wrong because you're following the light. And mild usually wins. You may emerge from this wiser, more potent and freer. You'll be protected. You may be restored. And you'll be aligned with folks who deliver reality, no longer secrets and techniques. With individuals who guard you, now not endanger you. Permit God consolation you now. Let His presence settle over you. Let His love update the confusion. He is with you. He will no longer let this destroy you. In reality, He is using it to supply you. What is coming is peace. What's coming is readability. What's coming is protection so divine. It's going to make you cry in gratitude. All you need to do is concentrate. And also you have already got. This is why this message discovered you. Now stroll forward with courage. Permit fact be your manual. Permit heaven be your compass. You're secure. You're cherished. You're never by myself.